Libra, and this will be for the month of February 2026. I keep saying 2025, still not connected to the change yet. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know it's a general read. So if it doesn't speak to you and it doesn't resonate, for sure try back. There may be another reading that has more relevance for you. So, how I'm going to do the cards here is the main cards out. You know what those are here in a couple of seconds. I'm just pulling everything apart here so I have it organized. Sorry, I don't do any major, setup on the screen just because for lack of time is really what it is, and to always have a zillion things to do. So I'm going to start off with the main card out here for you is the World card and the Strength card. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So there is, and we also have card of the Lovers. So I would say those are all incredibly good cards. Now, in terms of a connection, I would say your energy is more, it's not a major arcana. Of course, major arcana would be the World, the Strength card, and the Lovers. But for the relationship aspect of things, the Four of Swords is really where we're aiming there. And that one's not a major arcana, but it will have some relevance here. So, how I want to start this is just going through some of the cards, like I said, is your main energy, the key themes. And that, of course, is the World card. So the World card is followed up by the Eight of Cups, which is could be an emotional situation that kind of separating yourself away from and trying to find some distance. So the completion of a cycle. And it seemed to be that for Cancer as well. Haven't done all the other signs, but same sort of idea. So there is a completion of a cycle where things have been integrated all of that, and there's more of a new phase that you're about to undergo. So you're moving into this new phase, and again, this does signify that there is a completion of that cycle. There's the walking away from everything card in terms of leaving something behind. You've released something. There's an old habit. There's emotional baggage or a situation, whatever that is for you. So it's again about it's more about a closure, and then there's that transition, but there's also something that is pulling toward a new opportunity. Even if it requires you letting go of something familiar, I feel like it's where you're headed, because once you have closure, it means you're moving towards something that is of a new challenge. So I don't feel like you're undergoing this change. There is something here of the Strength card that's, you've got a certain inner resilience. There's a power here. There's that sense of you've been patient. There's a lot of courage, and there's more emotional balance with that, especially with the Two of Cups. But I also feel with that connect, there could also be somebody here that is helping you to go through this, or this can be support or a partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic or some kind of reconciliation. But I do feel like, you find your strength through this connection. And I feel like there is a mutual understanding. And there's real emotional intelligence in this connection here as well, highlighted for February. So there is compassion in the situation and a lot of inner resilience on your part, not only from the Strength card, but also to the Nine of Pentacles. So this again is something along that lines of self-sufficiency. There's more of a feeling of abundance or financial stability, but you have undergone a big or you're going through it. Is still at some point here there is an underlying energy of a major transformation, and that can be in terms of your security or your lifestyle. But either way, there's something here that brings hope with the star. So again, this is renewal, there's alignment, there is more of a true sense of your values being prevalent here, and this is following that North Star. So again, you're moving from one phase of stability into another, which that's going to be much more fulfilling, and there is going to be something here that is possibly a period of letting go or loss, and able to care. But there's a healing going on there, more of a feeling of independence, like you've really made some significant changes there for yourself. Now, the other part of it, again, there's core themes here in this period for February, highlighting relationships or connections. Now, I've got several cards, that clarify this. So to me, there are choices, and decisions and that kind of thing, partnerships that are more in line with your own personal values. I feel like the money will come from decisions or partnerships. It's not really just a solo effort, even though I do feel Nine of Pentacles is you feeling a lot more independent in some way. But there is, again, of Nine of Wands is a bit of a caution. So what I want to say in regards to this is there's resilience, but there's also a sense of guarding your resources. Now, there's a lot of creativity coming in this month with the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is more attracting abundance, but also things that Queen of Wands is Aries Sagittarius, but again, there's something there about taking the initiative with something new. And again, it's highlighted by a connection or a partnership as a support system. So there's something here, like there's an end of a financial. This is the money part of it right here in this one. So this is more along the lines of end of a financial difficulty. So there might have been an abrupt change or a completion or something like that. And it's almost like it's a slow, steady rebuild with the Knight of Pentacles. So again, I feel like this is that stage of you making progress, slow and methodical, and it's a restart of some sort, bit of a reset. And with the Page of Cups, this is absolutely you with the financial opportunity and an emotional and creative satisfaction that's involved. You are getting a blessing coming in from the universe with the Ace of Cups, maybe in this month or slightly thereafter, but there is definitely something that kind of speaks to something boding well for you that's going to be coming in. So I feel like money will flow. It starts out cautiously and then possibly after a stressful period, but then there's some kind of creative idea, partnership, some kind of union or new project that's involved with a connection that brings emotional satisfaction. And then you'll start to see steady abundance. And hi, Monkey View. But yeah, so either way, I do feel like this is you aligning with financial decisions and your values to really maximize the results of things. Hi, Cortez. Now, I want to just kind of touch on a little bit of a relationship. It doesn't have to be, it's whoever's on your mind here that's connected to you. This is the Four of Swords. So I would say in this situation, doesn't have to be romantic, can be family, friend, or other, but there is something here that kind of speaks to there being a pause or a rest or a reflection, or there's healing energy around it, regardless what this connection is. So for one connection, it feels like it is a revisit to the past and it's or a good alliance, and then this one is more along the lines of this connection is more along the lines of healing energy. So there's a pause and a rest with that situation. I would say that because that is still in healing mode, Six of Swords tells me this is something of a transition. They're moving away from tension, moving into a better space because there is more emotional connection with that card. And certainly it's more of a celebratory energy. There could also be a celebration in this month as well. But I do feel like there's more support in this month. And I feel like the energy around you, especially regarding this connection, is starting to show some kind of movement toward engagement. So it may be a little bit fluctuating with this night, but I still feel like it's more of energy that's reviving in some way. Now, the magician tells me like the skill to create this new reality is here, and especially in and around again. So there is still something of a fresh start or some kind of a newness, feeling of something opening up ahead. And there is also possibly planning, I suspect, with because the bottom of the deck card was the Two of Wands. There could be planning that is going on with this connection here as well, where there's something you can start to look ahead or prepare for more expansion. So it feels like something is more hopeful. It's like February is where you're going to start to create that new reality, and again, where there's a new beginning or a fresh start with how the situation with this, and it could be again a younger person here as well, but it is a new start of some sort, even though it is still showing more energy around resting. Hi, background, and anyway, but either way, I would say that in terms of this connection, you're moving from a pause and reflection toward more action and reconnection, even though the main energy right now will be, but further out, you're seeing that release and you're starting to see that there's more celebratory energy and moving toward a more engagement. Sorry, I was just reading the comment background. Oh, thanks. People are important. Everybody matters. So what I want to hear is that Four of Swords, again, is still that energy of, I do feel like there's support in this month, but again, there's more conscious effort. So it's a new experience together in this connection. So something new is just making it feel a little bit more fresh. So in general, I feel like this month is more of a month of completion and transition. You're stepping away and into this new cycle. So there's something here about finding strength in new connections, or not new connection, but I feel like a connection here that someone you might have known before, because that is, and also I should note below that is the Chariot. There's a lot of momentum and energy for this read. So I feel like a lot of that is around supportive relationships. And again, courage, patience, emotional balance is key here, but I feel like a lot of that's to do with the supportive alliance that is reinforcing your personal power. And that's why that Nine of Pentacles. So again, in terms of finances, I feel like financial opportunities start to appear through choices, partnerships, creative ventures. There's definitely a mix of caution and endings because of that Nine of Wands, which is showing some sense of renewal. But again, it's still healing energy for Swords Star and the Death card. So that's where the caution of ending before this new renewal begins. And then there's that emotional satisfaction, long term balance. But again, just a lot here that is positive reconnection and something again with a celebratory energy for the month of February. So, yeah, I do feel like you're transiting away from the old tensions. And again, I feel like there's a lot of new planning here for you. You are really letting go of the old cycle here. And I do feel like you're really focusing on the partnerships that work for you and realigning for the things that are around, your money and all of that. I definitely feel like, there is more of an initiative towards you in terms of that one connection. Trust the process is all I would say there, and certainly because there is a sense of a new roadmap forming. So really, your best advice is along the lines of, just you're done with the old cycle, walk away cleanly. The things that emotionally exhaust you, don't hang on to that. Clear it, close it. And this is more about reopening doors where there is some nostalgia, but don't reopen doors out of nostalgia that really, bring guilt or things of that sort, because this is more about growth. And that's where I would see you moving toward. You can always go backward, but again, you'll be reliving a lot of old lessons otherwise. So I feel like this is, real power this month. That's the strength of the Two of Cups. So there's a gentleness, there's an honesty, there's patience, relationships that heal you in this month and they soften you. They don't push you, that kind of thing. There's mutual respect matters more than kind of proving your point about something in this month. And I do feel like this is restoring your strength. So again, you're transforming how you define security and self-worth as well. There's something here around, penance. And again, that is creating some kind of, where the old identity is dissolving or it's ending in some way. So it's more of a relief. It's not a loss. Hi, monkey. But again, I still feel like this is, hope returns once you stop trying to preserve an outdated version of stability or of an old identity. So allow the upgrade. You don't need to control the transition. Just put your energy, focus into the things that are positive and growth and building. Because February is where the money improves when your decisions are aligned with your values, not out of fear. So there may be fatigue about a past financial pain, but that's ending. And there is a slow, consistent energy here that is that's coming through over any kind of drama. So I feel like the advice again is choose sustainability over urgency. Just let your passion guide your effort. Don't panic, because the healing comes from the rest, and then the distance is the old tension, and then you start to see lightness. You don't try to fix everything, you just reset the energy. So this is where the expectations are dropped, and this is where you just sort of pause and initiate this new, fresh, hopeful, keep it simple kind of energy. And again, you're not, you're looking forward, you're not looking sideways. February is about planning the next chapter, and it's not rehashing the last. So again, you're standing at it here. Don't hesitate too long. Just keep moving. Decide where you're going. Commit gently. Make a firm decision, and just put your time and energy around it. And if you're anybody who's all about the energy drinks, which I totally am, I'm just going to say matcha green, especially from the, I'm not trying to support any particular bit, but I just happen to like the Starbucks protein banana green matcha on ice. That is so amazing. So if you want energy for, an extended time and you need to get more out of yourself, I'm just going to tell you that. And vitamin B's makes a huge difference. There's B6 and 12 or just the whole vitamin B, but take it with food because it upsets your stomach. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Keep moving forward, guys. And, don't look back. Just keep looking forward, one step in front of the other, small steps. Don't have to see the outcome, just your initial energy toward building something which will eventually bring the outcome you're looking for. So again, don't look back, just stay focused. So keep moving forward, never give up. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be.